So, what if you could create weapons inspired by your favorite characters? Well, I designed 5 unique weapons based on some of my favorite video game characters. They range from a cute little guy that fights the sun to a one guy army that is winning a battle against the entirety of hell. And the first one is Shyvana, the half-dragon powerhouse from League of Legends. I started making some sketches to explore ideas. The main purpose was to give the personality of the character to the weapon. That's why I took some notes to help me. For me, the best ones, aside from the final, are number 1, which is very cool overall, number 4, because it's intimidating, number 7, has a lot of good shape work, and number 9, because it's interesting. The other ones either don't work enough with the character design or straight up are lame. Now, the one that I choose to refine was the number 6, and that's because I think that a big axe is a good weapon to represent Shyvana, because she is tough, but not enough tough to be a hammer, and she's sharp but not enough to be a sword. But an axe is perfect to showcase brutal slicing power. Also, what is interesting is that the axe design is highly inspired on her head, and that's because I realized that since we play her from the top, what we see more and it's more recognizable is her head shape. And here you have the final result. Personally, I like the drawing, but I don't like how I tackled the render. And that's because I didn't have a clear source of light in my mind. The second one is the Knight from Hollow Knight. This little friendly guy that goes around jumping all day, exterminating all types of insects that look very Australian to me. Starting with a reference photo and some notes to highlight some aspects of the character, this became a hard task for me, because this round and friendly style was not my comfort zone. But I'm actually happy with all these concepts, and my favorite aside from the final one are number 4, which was my initial option for the final design, number 5, which I find very interesting for the silhouette, and number 7, because it's cute. The one that I advanced was the 3, and yes, initially I wanted to choose 4, but after resting and coming back with a fresh view, I opted for 3 because the shapes were more attractive. The silhouette was better and the distribution of darks and whites were better implemented. Also, it looks more cool, and a knight being transformed into a sword, I think it's very appropriate. And here you have the final result. I'm very happy with this one. I think it is very cool, has a little dark mysterious side, but also has a cute comfy one. So that's a good representation of this character. The third was Doomguy, or Doomslayer, whatever you prefer, which has a new game coming out this month that my PC cannot run, and also I cannot afford it because it cost 80 euros, Bethesda, you greedy motherfucker. So I started making some sketches that followed some notes that I did on the reference, and I decided to use the character design from Dark Ages, because it is badass and also as a way to comfort myself for not being able to play this. And you can see that the sadness kicked in because I gave up with 1, 3 and 7 sketches. Also, the only one that is worth looking aside from the chosen one is number 4, which I think is very cool. While developing number 4, I started realizing that it's very crazy that nowadays gaming as a hobby is probably more expensive than Warhammer 40k. I have to say that I'm happy that indie games and emulators exist. I cannot wait for Silksong to release. I'm so hyped for that one that I avoided any type of trailer or gameplay, because I want to go on the game without any knowledge. Well, here you have the final concept. What do you think? I personally think that is a very good design to represent this character as a weapon. This unstoppable force of nature that will go through things just by brute power. Literally. By the way, drop a like and subscribe if you are liking this video, it helps a lot emotionally. Now, the next one was the Firekeeper from Dark Souls 3, one of the few kind beings that you find in this game. And as you can see, the exploration sketch phase was very long and tedious. You can notice that I did almost 20 variations, and that's because I didn't know how to portray her as a weapon. I knew that the vibe was on the sword side. The thing was to discover what type of sword. A wavy or a straight one, with two edges or one edge, thin or broad, short or long. Too much options and not much time. When I did 6 and 7, I knew that the vibe was around there, and after making 15 and 16 I was satisfied. I chose to keep 16 and develop it, because 15 was more aggressive because of the edges, and I find this character a kind and elegant one. So I wanted to reflect that on the weapon, and I thought that 16 did a better job portraying that, even though I personally liked more 15 as a sword design. So here you have the final result. And yes, I know I've been lazy painting this one, but at the end of the day, this is a concept. If you understand the idea in the design, it's okay. Also, I was a little bit tired. And finally, for the last one, we have Bowser, the King of Koopas, my favorite character from Mr. I will raise the prices on the video game industry up to 90 euros, so now all the video games are expensive as fuck. The first step here was to take a reference photo and analyze it a little to see patterns, shapes, materials and colors. And I have to say that I had fun making this one, except for the 8. I gave up on that one. As always, Nintendo has very cool designs that let you play a lot, and after seeing their prices, that's the only thing that I will be playing with. The best one for me to advance was number 4. It had that clunkiness and also epicness that Bowser has for me. And for me, Bowser holds a special place, because New Super Mario Bros. For the DS was the first video game I ever played. I remember being in the car of my father and we were leaving after visiting my cousin. That day my sister got this DS and the Mario Bros game, and I asked for a DS so I also could play it, and after some time I got mine with the game. After getting to the first castle and seeing this dinosaur, turtle, fire-breathing monster, I thought it was so cool. So Bowser is actually my first favorite video game character. Well, here you have the final result on this one, and I'm so happy with this design, and by far it is my favorite. So tell me in the comments which one is your favorite and why. And by the way, I have an old drawing that I did as a kid while playing the game. Yep, that one is Mario and that thing is supposed to be Bowser. Don't ask me why, because I don't know either. So yeah, I love you Bowser, but please stop kidnapping people, that's not good. Well, hope you liked the video and a hug to everyone. Bye.